Good morning. I'm Sajid Hamid, the Senior Trainer of Study Smart Institute. With great pleasure, I welcome you to our IELTS seminar. It is a great pleasure for me to share with you our achievements for the past 15 years. Ever since we started, we have excelled in preparatory courses and other linguistic programs. And you will be very happy to know, as we are, that none of our IELTS trainees have disqualified, or for that matter, every trainee of ours or every IELTS student of ours has scored a minimum of 7.5 bands. We assure you of as many as 9 bands over here. This is the place, the most conducive environment, most ideally located, and blessed with so qualified and competent trainers equipped with latest audio video aids. I hope you know what IELTS is all about. IELTS stands for International English Language Testing System. Such a smart entrance test. You'll be amazed to know that when I started these training programs about 30 years back, there was no IELTS. TOEFL was the prerequisite in the United States of America. Now, the IELTS smartness has been shown by the fact, or is evident from the fact, that in almost 3,000 US universities, TOEFL is not the requirement. IELTS is the prerequisite for admissions abroad. I shall tell you about IELTS training modalities, and then I hope to have a very good interactive session with you. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, good morning. I am Sajid Hamid, the Senior Trainer of IELTS and representing Study Smart Institute. Today, I shall give you the IELTS test pattern or the modules of the IELTS test. Going further with the IELTS test pattern or the IELTS training modules, I would like to tell you that there are 4 sections of the IELTS test. Their total duration being 165 minutes. I repeat, the total duration of the IELTS test is 165 minutes, and it is divided into 4 sections. Section number 1, listening. The duration is 30 minutes. Section number 2, reading and comprehension. The duration being 60 minutes. I repeat, the duration of the reading and comprehension section is 60 minutes. Section number 3, the writing task or the written section. Duration of which is 60 minutes. I again repeat, the duration, yes please, okay, the duration of the written section is 60 minutes. Section number 4, speaking. That is the speaking test, which has a maximum duration of 15 minutes. So add the respective time durations, that is 30 plus 60 plus 60 plus 15. The total duration will be 165 minutes, that is 2 hours and 45 minutes. We have 2 kinds of modules in the IELTS test, the academic module and the general module. Today, I'll be focusing on the academic module. Now is the time for break. We'll be back after the break and shall resume after a break of 15 minutes. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, good morning. I, Syed Hamid, the senior trainer of Study Smart Institute, welcome you again today, right? We go further today on the Ielts academic module, right? Ielts, such a smart entrance test, being a prerequisite for either admissions abroad or even if you're going on a visit. As you may know, still Ielts is the requirement. So no one can rule out the importance of Ielts. Some feel it is a requirement only for admissions abroad in educational institutions. No, my dear trainees, if any one of you thinks that, no, it is not. Even if you're going on a visit, any entrepreneur, owner of a big business, or on a visit visa, or you want a spouse visa, irrespective of the fact that you are taking admission in an educational institution or not, still you have to clear this test. So as I told you previously, there are two modules. One is the academic module, on the basis of which you clear the test and then you are eligible for admission in a foreign university or educational institution. Another is a general module, which is based on the visit visa, right? Today, I'm talking about the Ielts academic module. The total duration of the test, I told you, of the 4 sections of the Ielts test is 165 minutes. That is 2 hours and 45 minutes that I've told you, right? Now, what are the 4 sections of the test? Very briefly told to you before as well. Listening of 30 minutes duration. Now, what is in the listening test? How many sections? There are 4 sections in the listening test or section. First, that is, the listening section is divided into 4 sections. The 4 sections have 40 MCQs. As the term MCQs, liked by many, very familiar, objective type questions, 40 objective type questions. Maximum of 40 MCQs in the listening section. And how many sections? 4 sections. Total number of 40 MCQs. Number 2, reading. Duration being 60 minutes. This reading section has 3 sections. It has 3 sections. And here also, the maximum number of MCQs is 40. That is, this reading section, which is divided further into 3 sections, has a maximum of 40 MCQs. Third is the written section of 60 minutes duration. That you know already. Now, what is the format of this written section? This is divided into 2 sections. How many sections? It is divided into 2 sections. The 2 sections are of 20 minutes and 40 minutes duration. I repeat, the written section is divided into 2 sections of 20 minutes and 40 minutes duration. Sketch or a map or a graph or a pie chart. You know, pie chart is a circular graph, the bar diagram, or there may be a map or a sketch, maybe a sketch of an island, right? I give you an example, like there can be a sketch of a drawing of an island, like this, say, like given 2 sketches given of different years, and you have to make a comparison. But this is very short over here. The more details will come when you come to the preparatory phase, and then when you practice on that. 20 minutes so is a sketch portion, maybe a graph, maybe a map, maybe a drawing, if that would be labeled, and you are going to describe it in 150 words. That you're going to describe into 150 words in 20 minutes. In 20 minutes. The sketch is before you, just you have to describe that. Just you have to describe that. The next section of this, the written section, is of 40 minutes duration. It's an essay-like topic. An argument, topic, or statement is given to you. That is given to you, and you shall be required to write 250 words on it. How many number of words? 250 words on this 40 minutes test or task, which is based on an essay-like topic, on an argument topic. A statement is given to you, and then you'll go ahead conceptually on the statement and then write your 250 words on that topic or statement. How to go about it? Of course, that will come in the techniques later. And there's this thing that I know you're very eager to know everything today, but I would keep it very simple through a meaningful saying or meaningful word, that if you start doing too many things at one time, you end up doing nothing. So here is systemized. First, become familiar with the pattern and the sections as to what the sections are all about. Now we come to the speaking section. In the academic module, I told you the duration is 11 to 14 minutes, or a maximum duration of 15 minutes. And as I told you, as I'm going to tell you now, and as I've told other trainees, that this speaking section is divided into three sections. It has three sections. Now you must be thinking, obviously, the total duration is a maximum of 15 minutes. So on the average, each section would be of 5 minutes duration. Maximum of 5 minutes duration. That is how long that one section is going to last, because 15 divided by 3 is 5 minutes, right? Sometimes it can be a shorter duration, 11 to 14 minutes. Now next thing is coming in your mind, what are the three sections all about? I'm going to tell you about the three sections. In the first section, which will be maybe of 4 to 4.5 minutes or 5 minutes at the most, you are required to introduce yourself, talk about yourself, right? Questions like, what do you do, where do you live, right? And in the second section, which is basically a monologue. You know, the difference between a monologue is that and a dialogue is that in dialogue, two persons, more than one person, they carry on the conversation activity. Here the section number 2 is a monologue. Cards would be given to you. They would be concealed. You have to pick one card, and there on that card would be the cue cards, and there on that card would be the monologue topic. Monologue topic. And example of a monologue topic, like I give you an example taken from one of the Ielts book. Like, do you like going to picnics? What kind of picnic spots do you like to visit? Right? Maybe, are you fond of music? What kind of music do you like? In this monologue, the topic that comes to you, you have the option of preparing your points before you start with your monologue. That is, before you start speaking on it individually. The examiner is not talking in this. Just you will be talking on it. And you can prepare your points for your monologue, that is your individual conversation. Section number 3 in speaking. Again, on the average of 5 minutes duration, maybe lesser, maybe 4 to 4.5 minutes. there would be a conversation activity with the examiner, on any appropriate and a meaningful or pleasant topic. Like, supposing the topic is like something related to smoking, right? Or maybe like which game is most popular in your hometown or village? Which game is more popular in your country? Something like that. Do you think